Hello everybody, welcome to Alice and Anna. My name is Alice. Today I'm gonna introduce you to somebody and also tell you how to get a dog in London. Let's go. So this is Charlie. Say hello. Oh, Michael is back here as well. Wants to be seen. Yes, my love. So cute. So Charlie and I are gonna tell you how to get a dog in London. First of all, before I tell you actually how to, I guess the first thing you need to do is to decide for yourself why you want a dog. Would you be able to take care of it? What kind of a dog? What can you provide for the dog? How much money do you have to spend for the dog monthly? How much time do you have? How much space do you have? All of those questions are really, really important. Dog is not a cat. With a cat, yeah, you can kind of like leave the cat alone. They don't really require too much attention. But with a dog, so much more attention. You need to train them, you need to mentally stimulate them, you need to physically stimulate them, you need to spend time with them. You can't leave them alone for more than 2 or 3 hours, especially if it's a tiny little pup. You need to walk him, you need to take medicine. They get sick more often. A lot of things to consider. All of those things are really important, so decide for yourself, what can you do to your dog? Hey, darling, what's happening? Are you hot? Think about why you want a dog. What can you do for the dog? How can you provide for it? All of those questions. So let's take Charlie for example. I've wanted a dog since I was a kid. The reason why I decided to get it now, I finally have the money to invest in a dog, to spend money monthly, to buy him food, to buy him medicine. I also have Anna as a flatmate, who I know she is kind of like the co-owner. You know, she's the mom, and I know that when I don't have the time, I have a flatmate, like basically a partner who will help me in raising the pup, and will spend time with him, kind of like, you know, it's 50-50. We also live in a different location now with a kind of like a private little doggy park where I know it will be convenient to walk him. And yeah, I just finally realized that I am ready for a dog, and I'm ready to learn, I'm ready to train him, I'm ready to raise him, I'm ready to go. First things first, how to get a dog. Choose what breed you want. You know, different breeds need different time for mental and physical stimulation, different play times, different attention, I guess. They're also different in size. It depends on where you live, like if you live in a house, if you live in an apartment. I'm gonna let him go. Maybe he will talk to you later. You will definitely see him in other videos. Right, my love? If you like, we're both getting distracted and you want to play, go play with mommy, okay? Go play with mommy, Anna. Think about the breed, think about your space, think about how much time you can spend on grooming, how often you can wash the dog, how often you can brush the dog. Start researching the breeds that you like. I think it starts from that. After that, step number 2, I would say talk to somebody who owns a dog. Like, it would be perfect if you could find somebody who owns the same breed, or something very close, or find somebody who owns a dog. So do the research on the breed, do the research on the owners. I personally follow some bloggers who have a very similar breed to Charlie, and I've been watching how, you know, they've been growing, and they've been very honest, and they were very straightforward that, you know, it's not so easy and bright. Like, yes, the dog is adorable and cute and it makes you really, really happy, but it's not that easy to actually raise them and take care of them. So I'm very grateful to have had that kind of idea, you know, of what it's like to have a puppy. But yeah, do the research, make sure you know what it's like, make sure you're responsible enough and you know you have the structure to take care of the dog consistently. Make sure that it's not just, ooh, I want a dog, for like a month, but it's a commitment for a very, very, very long time. Think about yourself in 15 years, where you're gonna be. Those are the things you need to think about before getting a dog. I'm just throwing this out there. It's a lot of things. I know you're here to get the actual facts, but do think about it, please. After you've decided on what breed you want, you're sure you want the dog, you're sure you have the money, all that stuff, Google the name of the breed and then club, and then UK. Before getting Charlie, I wanted a cockapoo, so I went onto Google and I just googled cockapoo club UK, and that was been a really cool, like, it's kind of like a society of breeders and competitors and all that stuff. I really don't know the lingo but this is like what I understood from it. And basically there's a little section, it's like UK licensed cockapoo breeders, and there's lots of emails, phone numbers, websites, and you can start going from that. This is if you want a specific breed, pure blood, and you have the money to invest in it, from licensed breeders. So yeah, this is the first pathway. That pathway is really cool because it's kind of like, you know the breeders are licensed, it's very safe, you'll get all of the instructions, all the vaccinations, microchipping, all of that stuff when you get the dog. But the thing is that most of the time you actually have to wait for the litter, and they have it like scheduled for the year, like a year in advance. So the waiting time to get a dog from licensed breeders is usually quite long. I'm not entirely sure how long in the UK, but from what I've heard, it could be between 6 months to 3 months to 8 months. Depends from all of that. So that's pathway number 1. Pathway number 2 would be going to Pets for Homes, that's the name of the website, and looking for the puppy there. And that's actually what we did with Charlie, because I was not set on the specific breed. I did not, it wasn't that important to me. I knew what kind of I wanted, I knew what other similar kinds I wanted, and I just started going from there and looking at different ones. Also, all the breeders there are not licensed, so it means it's just some people doing it from their backyards and stuff like that, Definitely a little bit less safe, a little bit more tricky, I'd say. We kind of got lucky because Charlie had his first vaccine, he had microchipping and defleeing and deworming done. The only thing is that I don't know some details of the medicine that he took before, so that's a bit of a shame and it does complicate things with the vet, but I knew what I was getting into. So yeah, it is a bit more weird because we just went to the place, like people live in that house and they have a little garden and they had a few puppies and we just picked one up and went home. So it's a bit shady, I'd say, because we went outside of London and it was like a very small town, and it's kind of scary going to small towns and meeting strangers from the internet. It's a bit weird, but we had each other, so I mean, kind of safe. So things to consider if you do want to get a dog from Pets for Homes. Scammers. I have met a few. I've seen a few. Really be careful. Really talk to the person before paying them any kind of money, including the deposit. So ask them lots of questions, ask them to talk, ask for videos, ask for any kind of proof. My position was that I first want to meet the puppy and then I'm gonna deposit, because I needed to make sure that they were real. I needed to meet the breeder. I wanted to check how healthy they were, and all that stuff. So that was an opportunity for me to get a puppy for way cheaper than all the other ones. The only thing that I couldn't meet him, and it would be like they would just send me the puppy. My gut was telling me no, so I didn't do it, and that person ended up being blocked on the website. So really take precaution, really take the time to study what else, how long has their account been created for, did they post anything else, check all the other pages, did you see anything like the exact same advert on any other websites. Talk to the breeder, maybe ask for a phone call, ask for video proof, video call, when can you meet the puppy, when is he available, ask all of the details before any kind of deposits, any kind of commitments, any kind of money. Please be careful with the scammers. There are licensed breeders on that website as well, but there are also individual people and breeders that aren't really licensed. So be careful, because anybody could be creating that account. And step number 3, probably the step that I would really, really love to do, but I couldn't, is rescue a dog. I really love the idea of adopting a dog. I think it's really, really cool, and I would personally really love to do it. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it because in the UK the requirements of adopting a dog really strict for some reason. Because we don't have a garden and we have a cat, there weren't any dogs available. But I will include some of the rescue centers that I've researched, so like Battersea and some other ones, I don't remember the names, but they're really lovely, really cool. I really admire what they're doing, but unfortunately we never really meet their requirements, because same thing happened with Michael, our cat. We wanted to adopt a cat, but we couldn't because we didn't have a garden, and now we couldn't adopt a dog either because we don't have a garden and we have a cat. So it's very frustrating because you really want to help out a dog, but yeah, it's a bit strict. So yeah, those are the 3 methods that I personally know. You can maybe pick up a mutt from the street or get a puppy from a friend of yours or something like this. There are probably way more, but those are the 3 main kind of like pathways that I've seen from the websites, people telling their stories and stuff like that. It's always something like that. I know there are more websites other than Pets for Home, but I don't know how much I trust them, because I've spoken with some dog owners and I asked them what did they use, and they either got it from an independent breeder or they got it from that website, and I've never really had anything else, so I don't want to recommend anything. But yeah, it really is up to you of how much effort you can put into researching the breeder. I'd say this is how you get a dog in London. It's honestly, I thought it was going to be really like way harder. I thought it was going to be really complicated. We found him quite fast. We found him, I'm not going to say easily, because I did speak with a lot of people and trying to match the price of what I envisioned it in my head, like meet the budget, just kind of like researching and talking to breeders and other people and blah blah blah. You know, it's very exhausting, but it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. Let me know if you have any more questions about cats or dogs now that I'm officially a mother of 2. Well, Anna and I actually are mothers of 2, parents of 2. Hopefully, if you decided to get a dog and you really thought it through, I hope you find it, and I hope it finds you, and you'll be happy, and it's gonna be easy, and it's gonna be great. Love you all. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Leave any comments if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye!